All right, everybody, welcome back to Blades and Blasters 5th edition campaign entitled The Long Rest. And we certainly have taken a long rest between chapters. We've finished the second part, I guess, of this campaign a couple months ago, and tonight brings us to chapter 22. This is a kind of a fill-in game for another game that was canceled tonight, so don't expect too much. I think we're going to have some fun. So without further ado, I think we'll get started. Let me find some good ambiance here. Do I have anything? Not really. We'll just keep this on. All right. You guys able to see everything here?
Mm-hmm.
And you guys let me know if you have any questions. Oh, we got sub out Balbs.
And Arden.
And put in.
God, it's so weird hearing all the names again. It's like, oh my god, yeah, Arden.
Who was your dude? Who's your new dude?
Gwydian.
There it is.
Yeah. My druid. My summoner.
There we go.
Nice.
So I'm going to leave it on the map for now, just so you guys can get your bearings. And here goes the introduction. It has been 9 months since the Battle of Snarky's Fork, and the men and women of the Neck have enjoyed a measure of peace. For the first time since the Long Curse, the region is united. The hamlet has grown into a place of business and commerce, enjoying its comfortable position along the old trade route. It receives exports from the haughty citizens of Zobilzabar, and has excellent relations with those that are rebuilding the keep at Snarky's Fork. Though relations with Raven's Gulch remain frosty since the hamlet's lack of support during the war, there are no hostilities between the two towns. The hamlet has also made new friends. Safe roads have led to agreements with sea pines and the towns ruled by Castro Consto like Porto Oveste and Porto Onde. Indeed, times are good, and the creatures of the Whisperwood again make merry songs. But 3 days ago, leaders from the hamlet were summoned by their new allies. It seemed that the king of Southlandia wished an audience. Given their allyship in the war, it was an offer unable to be refused. And thus a company from the hamlet used the Gate of Many Paths and traveled to Elvenholm. From there, they boarded a ship. Now we find them 3 days' sail. They go to meet King Ranor Edhelion at a small fort near the southern end of the Wall of Terran. Rumor is that the meeting regards a new offensive the elves plan to take against the lizard folk. So you took the portal like down to the southern part of the island, remember? And you've kind of sailed up here, and you're now going to meet the king, or he is at the fort, which is right here. It's this fort called Casca Tarma, okay? And we'll have you take it away. So as the scene opens, you find yourself on this elven ship sailing up the coast. The sky is blue. It's filled with fluffy clouds that drift from west to east. Looking off the starboard part of the ship, you can see the coastline. You can see green rolling hills and forests. And then kind of at the leftmost border of that, you see the Wall of Terran. It's just like this giant fortification, this wall that runs in a zigzag pattern from south to north. And then pretty much near the shoreline, you see a tall fort and keep kind of rising above the trees. So you guys take it away.
It had been 9 months since the battle. 9 months since Heidi really traveled outside the walls of the hamlet. Though she'd fallen into a routine of working at the tavern and occasionally doing her emissary work of contacting various leadership through letter and such to extend greetings and make sure that relations were kept up and kept friendly. She was delighted to have a breath of fresh air, especially now being on the sea, back to her home continent, towards where her mother still lives. She'd hoped through this voyage, through whatever the king would like to discuss, whatever their plans were, that she was able to stop off at her hometown, was able to see her mother again. Right now, she sits near the head of the ship, near the railing, holding on tightly, but enjoying as the seawater lightly splashed into her face and into her hair.
Gwydian, for his part, has been quite enjoying life in the hamlet, as he was before, really. The bath's now fairly expanded, I'm sure, and most would probably notice that the forest beyond the point where they log is growing considerably denser these days, much more filled with underbrush and wildlife. The various pets and creatures he keeps around, always present, especially within the tavern. Now he relaxes, sipping away at some fine wine beneath the trees, even on the ship, admiring the garden that the elves seem to keep.
Nine months ago, Carrion simply was helping a fellow druid as she passed through the area in a matter that he described as very urgent and vital. She aided Gwydian and the others in the battle at Snarky's Fort, and afterwards saw the need for people to help raise the towns that had been affected by all this once more. So rather than continuing on her journey, she stayed and she helped build. And over the months, she's found various lovers. She has done much to help the community. She has fallen into a lot of her old ways from back when she lived in the Imperial City, but now she has more of a kindness and understanding to her heart that she didn't quite before. As they are on the seas, the others can easily tell that Carrion is a bit uncomfortable. She'll often look out over the water, however, not go anywhere near the edge, as she's afraid to fall in once again and repeat the cycle that she has gone through once before.
And as the boat gets closer and closer to the fort, the sailors start to raise their voices, singing a sea shanty. If you know any Elven, they're singing about taking a long turn towards home to want to see the king again. There's a gentle breeze as the ship slowly lifts to starboard, and you can smell the sea salt and the spray from the waves kind of in your nostrils. Eventually there's a clink as the sailors stop their singing, and the gangplank lowers, letting you kind of walk off the ship up to the fort. Here. As you make your way off of the ship, you see that the wall of Terran is to your left, but the hills kind of above kind of rise higher and higher with the fort below. You can see that right down at sea level, there's a lot of this kind of brackish water that flows around the fort. And you can see several figures kind of staring down at you from the parapets as you walk across the bridge towards the keep.
As
Gwydian.
oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Alright, yeah, as they walk across the walk across, and Heidi looks up to parapets, people looking down, and he waves to them. She looks over his shoulders, both Carrion and Gwydian, smiling. Says, "Hey, wonder what exactly couldn't have been communicated through a letter or anything like that. Quite excited. Haven't seen the king in a while."
Yeah, Gwydian is one big grin, practically. Yes, I'm quite curious myself. It seems a beautiful land as always. The
You're
sea is
very
not typically my favorite area, but at least I have a garden on the ship.
Carrion stretches as she walks. You're very ever rarely called to a meeting just to be told some sort of. I'm sure something needs to be done in this area and they expect us to help.
Yeah, of course. We're always helping out, aren't we? But shouldn't be too much of a problem, considering it's the three of us.
Of course, we have little reason not to help.
Eh?
And from down from the parapets, you hear a voice shut down. Hope! Who goes there? Who comes hither to meet with Lord Ralnor Edhelion?
It'd be Heidi Den Ezra, Gwydian, and Carrion from the hamlet. They were summoned by King Ralnor.
Helmeted head with kind of winged birds kind of on the side of it kind of peeks up over the parapet. Hi! Heidi Den Ezra! Carrion and Gwydian! Oh, famed names are those. Please ascend. The king is expecting you.
As Heidi begins walking forward, she again looks back to the other two. Surprised they didn't recognize us, to be honest.
I mean, you never know. It's been a while since the battle.
True. I consider myself to be fairly outstanding.
I think everyone does.
We'll give Gwydian a wink.
He returns one.
Carrion just rolls her eyes. You two I understand, but surprised they know me. Didn't do too much at that battle, and I wasn't traveling with all of you and involved in those disputes beforehand.
Nonsense, you were a great help.
Hey, and probably songs from the Battle of Spret? You didn't think I wouldn't include you, no, did you?
She shrugs. I suppose not.
Come on, let's go see what the king wants.
As you wind your way up to the heights of the top parapet in the keep, you're going up this spiral staircase. You can see that there are tapestries kind of strung all over the walls on your way up. A lot of them are kind of half rotten. You can see kind of these tales of old of this elven kingdom, now kind of facing this slow rot at the edge of the sea. Finally, your heavy bootsteps stop and you find yourself in a richly decorated room towards the top of the keep. And you see several men and women gathered about a heavy table. And one of them turns to you, who you recognize. And this would be the king, King Ralnor. And he turns to face you. Your voice echo far in these hallowed halls. Songs indeed. I do not think that your small part will be forgotten, Carrion. Anyone who assailed the Yuan-Ti stronghold at Snarky's Fork will be remembered in song. I dare say 1,000 years from now, that battle will still be legendary.
Well, I'll certainly still be telling it.
I'm sure you will. So, Heidi, 2 druids you brought with you, Interesting choice.
Heidi bows politely, of course, to King Adhelion. She says, of course. I mean, everyone's still quite busy in the hamlet, but these 2 are more than capable to come with me anywhere that I go.
Well, it's all for the best. I think, in fact, their particular skills may come in handy for the quest I have to be put before you. But first, tell me what news from the hamlet. I hear of nothing but good things. Peace, I assume, and prosperity?
She nods enthusiastically. Aye, we're doing quite well, expanding at a quite almost alarming pace sometimes, but our masons and our constructionary workers are keeping up quite well. It's amazing what's been done in these past 9 months with how much peace we've had.
That is good to hear, Heidi. And what of your allies? Whenever there is a vacuum on the mainland in the past, such things have led to conflict. Castro Consto in particular, they're a miserly sort of people.
Well, they're pretty friendly towards us. So far, there's been no any sorts of power vacuums or anyone trying to start any sort of grudges or any battles with each other. Right now, we hope it stays this way. There's peace.
I suppose. Though there is always such a cost for things, like the disease and those refugees they've been turning away. Still.
Hey.
Clear, I do not deal with fools. You mentioned the cost, yes?
As Gwydian says, there seems to be far to the east sickness of sorts that's plaguing those beyond the borders of Castro Consto.
Perhaps something for the future. Our allyship will serve us both well, I think, in years to come.
I'm sure of that. The hamlet is doing spectacularly, and there's a smile on Gwydian's face as he kind of turns to Heidi a bit. I think I would certainly consider myself now of the hamlet, as much as it almost shames me, rather than of the Wilderwood. I've quite grown to like my new home.
Settling down in one place certainly has its benefits. After all, the cradle of civilizations needs agriculture, business, places of knowledge, libraries, that sort of thing.
Indeed, I plan on constructing my own such tower, or at least a grove to begin with.
Well, we can send elves from Southlandia to help you in that task, but first, the reason why I asked you here.
Hey, please, we're wondering exactly. Well, it's always, a pleasure to see you, King Adhelion, but we would like to know exactly why we're here. Should we sit? She looks around for a place.
Please.
And Heidi will find a place to sit.
Yeah, pull some chairs out for you guys around the table as the king introduces you to the officers at the table. There's about a dozen men and women there, all dressed in bright armor that's polished. He introduces them as the generals of his armies. As you have enjoyed your peace in the Neck, we are very close to establishing it here on Southlandia again. He kind of points to the map. And as he points to the map, I want to move your tokens over so you can see. And he says, for hundreds of years, we've held the lizard folk back here along the wall of Terran. After their defeat on the mainland, they are pushed back even further. With the long offensive, I believe we can earn ourselves some hundreds of years of peace as well. But there is one piece of this puzzle that has not yet fallen into place. And he kind of ushers somebody forward and takes a scroll when he holds it by his side. And you see the dark priests of the Yuan-Ti. They are trying to rally their beasts once again to withstand the might of the elves. And they planned a sacrifice at Mount Isshi. This note came from one of our spies. And he holds it up and gives it to Heidi Den Ezra to read.
She'll take it into her hands and unroll it. Begin reading. She reads it aloud for both Carrion and Gwydian. Lord, since your victory on the mainland, our 1,000-year enemy has nearly lost hope. Only now do their wicked priests plan another sacrifice in hopes to rally the Yuan-Ti to rise and hold the plains of Dim-Sul against your planned offensive. It'd be in your best interest that this doesn't happen. It seems there's one last captive man they've kept alive, likely under torture, these many years. What I understand, he's been taken over a decade ago during a raid in the Bay of Horses. Her hands tighten around the note a little bit. She reads over some of it. It just had to take place next blood moon. She looks up again. When is next blood moon?
You are swift to comprehend, Heidi. That's in 5 days' time, at the same time as our offensive.
My. This is not good then. We will definitely have to stop them, but we've little time to act.
We must hurry. Let's get this done.
The king nods to the three of you. And he says, I'll send a guide with you. Someone I believe you have worked with in the past. And from one of the other rooms walks Captain Gilthoniel, who you've worked with. Hey there, Heidi. It's been a long time. Glad to see you did not perish at the battle.
She smiles to the captain. Me perish? You think I could die so easily? I'm offended.
Indeed, I certainly wouldn't have allowed it.
I don't think many would have.
Can you introduce me to your friends?
Oh, course. Where are my manners? This is Carrion. She'll gesture over to Carrion, of course, and Gwydian. Both wonderful druids, both from the hamlet.
A pleasure to meet you.
Carrion just kind of gives a small smile and nods.
And then the king kind of continues. He sits down in a chair and points at the map. Well, it's true that we do not have much time to act. Fortune, at least, is in our favor in this one fact. The Yuan-Ti may be distracted by our attack at Dim-Sul. By traveling up this river here, north of the slots, you'll be able to get to Mount Isshi. With a small party, you may be able to disrupt the ritual. Heidi Den Ezra, I think you know while you were called for this task. We believe this man to be your father.
And she takes a deep intake of breath. After rolling up the note again.
Burn grows on Gwydian.
I realized when I read this, I appreciate you summoning me for this. It's, if it is him, it could be. We can rescue him, it would mean the world.
Well then, It is nearly nightfall. I suggest you rest up at least for a couple hours and set out at dawn. You have 5 days to make it there. Captain Gilthonio knows the waters near the slots, as well as some of the forest, the jungle in Yuan-Ti territory, but dare I say you'll face enemies both strange and magical. This quest will not be won by the show of force, but by determination, wits, wisdom. Do you understand?
Heidi nods. Aye, of course. I don't think we have much of a force to be going in by force. Anyway, we'll get in and get the sacrifice.
I doubt there are more suitable than ourselves, if it is a matter of infiltration.
Very true.
Very well then. I'll leave you to rest.
She nods, and I'm guessing, do they have like quarters here that they can slip into, or anything like that?
Yeah, again, like this far west in the Elven Kingdom, it's kind of like an area that's been under constant war. So this keep is kind of run down and stuff, and it's undermanned. So there's plenty of place for you to stay.
Heidi will again bow to the king, and she'll look to Carrion and Gwydian. We should find a place to put our feet up for a while. Take some relax before we get to the thick of it.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine by me. And she kind of looks towards Heidi with a slight look of concern. I mean, this is your father, though, so if you wanted to leave earlier, we could.
I am concerned. I would like to leave as soon as possible, but leaving in the dark I don't think is the wisest decision.
Indeed. I hate to admit it, but I can't imagine that would go well if we left without much planning.
I'll be relying on the two of you quite heavily, as well as the captain. I'm admittedly not much of a traverser of the forests.
Yeah, I'm sure Gwydian will be able to help with that.
Indeed.
Are you gonna carry me?
I could, if you wish.
Not opposed.
Of course, I could also bring up some friends for Saul to take there.
Would make it faster.
Indeed. Are you going to be all right on this mission? I imagine it won't be easy.
She finds a comfortable seat and leans back. She'll grab a wine glass and pour herself a glass of wine. Her face fairly serious, not her usual smiley self. I'm not sure, to be perfectly honest. I'm going to be alright. I haven't seen my father in many, many years. Never even really got to say goodbye to him when I left. I wasn't really expecting to leave this land when I did. I don't want his last memories of me being just abandoning him and mother. We can hopefully stop that if possible.
I'm sure all will go well.
Hey, let's hope so. What? And she slaps her thighs with her one hand. There's no reason to be depressed about it or down about it. It's not going to help. It's not going to assist in us saving my father, so I just want to be positive. Be upbeat.
Well, We're not leaving till the morning, so you could be depressed for a little bit. A few hours at least.
Indeed, it's not bad for you, after all.
Ah,
Every now and again.
It's no good hiding your feelings, trying to brush them aside. Let yourself feel them.
that's why I write songs, Carrion. I can express myself in that way, so any negative emotion comes out on paper and in song. Otherwise, besides purging it there, that way I can remain my excited, spunky self that I always be. Unless you want me to cry on your shoulder, I mean, I can if you really want me to.
No, I think Gwydian could probably help with that.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it seems you two have more of that kind of relationship than we do. And I'm not really looking for anything new right now.
Are you sure? I mean, you could always join us.
No, I'm okay. I'm gonna go find a place to rest if you two don't mind. So tired. And she's gonna like fake a yawn.
Okay, Karen. I'll give her a small wave. You go find somewhere to rest.
Yeah, and she'll hop out.
The night passes, and as the sun falls and sets and darkness takes over the continent of Southlandia, you can hear the sounds of the jungle at night, the buzzing of insects, the hum of life all about you. For those that have a fitful sleep, you can hear down below the keep the sound of marching. And as you rise in the morning and make your way up, looking over the parapets as the sun rises in the east, you can see hundreds, if not thousands, of troops kind of mustered at the base of the wall of Terran, marching north along the wall with a giant fortification on their left side that rises higher than most castles and keeps. You have to surmise that in days of old, this thing must have just been erected by powerful magic that you may think doesn't even exist in the world anymore. As the sun goes a little bit higher, you take what breakfast you can and load a smaller ship with supplies, and you set sail. For the first part of the day, you see the wall of Terran kind of recede on your right as the kind of bank and the beach is replaced by dense jungle. As you sail further and further along the coastline near the slots, which is basically a giant kind of brackish marshland and delta part of the Rhine River, that those sounds of the jungle just get louder and louder. Eventually, the water gets shallow enough that you kind of have to exit the larger elven ship. The sailors all wish you good luck on your journey, sending you off with a shanty. And Captain Gilthoniel kind of raises a small sail on a very much diminutive and smaller boat that's able to go over into the river delta. I'll move you to this slide here, and I'll let you guys pick that up on RP. As you kind of leave the ocean and go into this delta, just you can't even hear yourself talk. The sounds of the jungle are so loud. If you could understand that.
Oh, yeah, Gwydian, you both would have noticed. He's been overjoyed throughout this, despite the dire situation. These somewhat foreign lands, he seems to love the foliage, the creatures. He frequently talks about the Wilderwood and how back home the druids would alter certain parts of the terrain to be more similar to different lands, and quite a solid portion of the inner Wilderwood is actually somewhat similar to this. He seems overjoyed seeing somewhere so close to home, as it were. So wild.
As they're traveling through the woods, through the marshlands, on the boat, Heidi sits, listening to various wildlife chirp and caw. She wasn't sure if she should speak too much at this point, just due to the amount of noise. But she does pull out her viol at one point and start playing something, just instrumentally, to tie in with the wildlife chirping about.
Carrion's just sitting back and listening to Gwydian tell his stories, and then Heidi pluck at her instrument. But largely, she's keeping an eye on the banks, trying to look out for if they're being followed, or if people have spotted them, or if there are even people around.
Carrion, why don't you give me a perception check at a DC 15?
All right, I would be happy to do that.
Yeah, you don't see anything following you, but you see, kind of over the water, there's these clouds of buzzing insects, and one of them you hear these blasted things. They won't leave me alone. My blood must be as sweet as my looks. And
Oh, they're just hungry.
Smacking himself. Heidi, it's been a year since I've heard you play that beautiful instrument. Sing me something. Ow! Sing me something. Blast it! Sing me something beautiful, will you? Take my mind off these damn insects.
She laughs slightly, Captain Gilthoniel. And I will say, thankfully no vampires. I don't know how sweet your blood is, but I'm assuming it's fairly if it ties into how you look. And I don't have anything prepared in terms of music, but she will sing something.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, real slacking.
This was a last minute game, thank you.
Sure.
Yeah, as you do that, the captain just keeps smacking himself and says, you start to see Carrion as very perceptive. You see that his cheeks are flushed and his eyes are kind of looking bloodshot. Captain says, so nice to see someone in the king's court play such a lovely tune.
She stops midway through her. Well, she finishes the song, looks to him. I think they're just going after you. She looks to Carrion and Gwydian. Can you do anything about this?
Yes, I could.
Hey, Gwydian. The captain's not looking so well. You didn't happen to prepare anything that might be able to help him with sickness, did you?
Well, of course. I mean, I could cast a spell if you like.
The captain holds up like he has a chalice or something, like he's in the king's court. Wine here. I need more wine, or at least some water. And he dips his hand in the river and takes a big drink. Oh, I'm bloody thirsty.
Yeah,
I need
you might
some more
want to
wine or
cast
something. He heaves over the edge of the boat, starts to vomit.
Yeah, you might want to cast a spell.
Yeah, and Gwydian will look at him and let me see which is it. I gotta see. I believe it's Cure Wounds. It'll deal with
Nah, Cure Wounds doesn't. Maybe if you have Lesser Restoration.
Yeah, that's the one I would use. It's Lesser Restoration. Try and cleanse whatever is ailing him from these things. Yeah, if it's any kind of poison or such, it would deal with it.
Let me make a roll here of him.
And for some reason, Druidcraft isn't filled out, which I thought it was, but he'll also do Druidcraft to kind of give him a slight scent essentially, that will hopefully help keep the bugs off. Gwydian would certainly know something the mosquitoes and such wouldn't like.
So as the spell ripples through the air, the captain kind of slinks back down in the front of the ship, in the stern of the ship, and he looks a little better, but he still seems to be hallucinating and not completely there. He's sick, but a little bit improved, and all three of you seem to be kind of getting bitten by these things as well. Can you each make me a Constitution check, please?
Goodness.
Let me see. I might have something for this even.
Oh.
Heidi, yes.
Body bugs.
Carrion, yes.
It's wait, no, it's not perception. Dumb.
Constitution, you said?
Yeah.
I think it should be going through.
That's 11.
Hey, you
there
did
it
it.
goes. Nice.
Yep. You guys all make it. So you were bitten by these things, just eaten alive. Gwydian, give me a perception.
Yeah, I was going to ask as well if there was a way for me to do survival even to figure out what.
Yeah, that'd be fine. Yep, 12. DC 12. Yeah, you notice these insects are carriers of a certain type of fever. But maybe the magic that you cast has given you guys an edge on defeating it, but you're going to have to battle these things unless something is done permanently all the way up the river.
Yeah, he'll start casting Druidcraft a couple times over to put out some kind of strong scent that would hopefully keep them at bay. But aside from that, would he, with his survival, kind of know what might be able to get rid of them or attract them?
Yeah, it's going to be very tough. It's going to be a 20.
Alrighty. Here we go. No, yeah, not quite.
Not necessarily, but you kind of have this. You guys can role play what it looks like, but almost like this magical bubble kind of surrounding your ship for the time being. The three of you aren't feeling particularly febrile or anything. The captain's going to live, but he's kind of still out of it. He's infected. This disease is kind of in his body, but it's not going to be fatal, at least as far as you know.
Heidi will kind of pull the captain back a bit in the boat. She'll make sure to tend to him, making sure he's okay. Take some scrap fabric that she has and use some water on it, so he's got a little bit of a cool compress using prestidigitation to make it cold, just to help him out. He says, "It's gonna be okay there, Captain. We'll pull through this. Don't worry."
Where are we now? In the Bay of Horses? All men, to your horses, charge! Gav raises his hand up like he has a sword. Throw the lizard men back into the sea!
My, he really is having a hard time of it.
I'll try to take care of him the best I can. You two can steer forward.
Of course. I can guide it as needed, but...
Where are we now? He tries to stand up. I know my way through any waters.
Captain.
Stumbles and falls down.
She'll kind of keep him down then, hold on to him, press his shoulders. Just stay here. It's okay. Other people are helping the lizard folk, or fighting them back. Just rest now, okay?
And you see Gwydian kind of takes out his alchemy jug. Here. Hopefully the magics will keep the bugs at bay, but just in case, they won't like this either. And he pours oil out of the alchemy jug as a means of kind of keeping them off. Something that would make it quite bitter, of course, if they were to bite. Something that'll hopefully keep them at bay further. I'll wash us off once we get where we need to go.
Look at you, my lad. All filled with magics. All sorts of pretty things, yes?
Of course, of course.
How about that wine? More ale!
Gwydian smiles as he pours out more wine from the jug. I imagine he would have brought even a small casket filled with the jug wine.
Heidi will kind of grab onto Gwydian's hand and say, "Don't give him wine. What are you
It might-
doing?"
Well, I was hoping he would sleep if we give him enough.
No, let's not give him alcohol while he's not feeling well. I don't think that's a good idea.
Well, I mean, I'd much rather have him sleeping than falling out of the boat.
I'll hold on to him and I'll keep him down. We're not giving the man alcohol, Gwydian.
All right then, fine.
Alcohol doesn't cure everything.
Oh, but magic cures the rest.
Hey.
The rest of that first day is spent going up the river, Carrion and Gwydian keeping an eye on the shore. Maybe one of them is keeping this kind of magic repellent going to keep the mosquitoes away all the time that the captain's muttering about things that are obviously hallucinations. He bounces back from the Battle of Snarky's Fork to this raid in the Bay of Horses, and then some stories from his childhood as well in Elven home. Eventually, though, the sun begins to set. As you kind of reach the end of this delta, you're further and further into the forest, and you're going to have to find a place to rest for the night, to shore the ship and stop. It's too dark to navigate whatsoever.
Can I maybe make a perception check or something to try to find like a place around that seems like it would be good?
Yeah, how about a perception check at 15? And if you make that, I'm going to give you guys all a +2 on your survival checks to see if you go down on the condition track.
Sweet.
Oh my god.
No.
That'll rough.
I give everybody typically 1 point of inspiration for the session.
Oh yeah.
So you can re-roll if you want, or you might want to say
Well, inspiration, I think, doesn't that add?
that's your re-roll.
No, it's a reroll.
Oh, not bardic
It's-
inspiration.
Yeah, remember it's
There
I
we go.
will reroll.
nice.
Yeah, so everybody's going to get a +2 on their survival check for the night, except Captain Gilthoniel. He doesn't have to make one because you are taking care of him. So what does it look like as you find the perfect space to shore up and make a little bit of a shelter?
Yeah, as it's getting dark, Carrion definitely was starting to keep an eye out. And then as the sun has passed, she finds a place that she doesn't believe is perfect, but is about as perfect as you could probably find out here, given the circumstances. And so they're able to set the ship aside, and she gives one last kind of scan over the waters just to make sure that nothing is watching them. When she's satisfied, she helps bring the boat ashore and starts setting up a small camp just to last them enough through the night, but also not give away their position.
Yeah, as you get the camp set up, Gwydian takes a portion. I imagine that's something akin to a little island amongst the water. And he takes a portion of it to the side using a combination of shaped water and mold earth, and he creates essentially a small pit of mud. This will come in handy for the insects. It'll be a bit more effective than the oil and such.
Heidi looks at the small pit and says, "Oh, fantastic." And
Well, I mean, it's about as natural as it gets, and I imagine it's, well, as long as you warm it up, it's quite comforting.
A little campfire blazes into action. You build this little area. And what does the night look like? Who's sleeping? Who's taking a watch? That sort of thing.
Heidi will take the first watch. And she'll,
Carrion will take the second.
yeah, she'll kind of sing everybody to sleep. Try and get everyone all tired.
Nice.
Gwydian will take the last watch. Okay.
Like,
Somebody roll me a 1d3.
Emma.
do it.
Ah.
So the sun goes down in the west, casting long shadows over the marsh. You can hear the rushing of the river to the north. As no doubt, hopefully tomorrow you'll be able to strike at the river proper and get out of this delta. You can hear Captain Gilthoniel as he drifts off to sleep. He's muttering, and you can hear the deep breathing of Carrion and Gwydian as they kind of get out of the breeze, out of the wind, and try to catch a few hours of shut-eye. Then, Heidi Den Ezra, you almost like somebody's watching you, and then suddenly, you feel something poke you at your shoulder.
What are you doing here, my sweet?
As you turn around, there's this kind of kyphotic, hunched-over giant thing that almost looks like an ostrich, and it's holding a cane with a skull on top of it.
Why have you come here?
And she jumps slightly. She's poked in the shoulder and says, "Oh, bloody hell. Hello."
Bloody hell is right, my sweet. You have come here, disturbed my swamp, sickened my river. The mosquitoes told me tales of you and your friends.
She rubs the side of her head. Quite sorry about that. We're just passing through. Really, I didn't mean to disturb anything of yours. What's your name? I'm Heidi.
Oh, disturbed you have. My name is Grimuk. I've had many names over many long years, but Grimuk is what they call me now, my pretty.
It's nice to meet you, Grimuk. Again, I
wish I could
apologize.
say the same. Your friends, do they sleep or are they dead?
They're asleep. None of them are
I
dead.
could change that. I could make them dead if you'd like.
I
I can
appreciate.
make anything dead.
Oh no. And she shakes her head. No, I think we'd like to keep the mighty alive.
She kind of shuffles her bulk around the edge of the campfire and sits down without even asking, and she just snaps her finger.
In fact, I can make all of you dead for coming here, trespassing in me waters.
I don't think any of us wants to be dead, to be perfectly honest. Is there anything that we can do besides dying that'll appease you? Letting us go through?
Old Grimuk is always looking for favors, Heidi. If you're willing to do me a favor, I'm willing to... Well, where is it you're going to, my pretty?
Going to mountain?
Mountain? Which mountain?
What was it called again?
Mount Isshi.
Mount Isshi.
That place?
Hey?
That place is full of evil. Why you want to go there? You know who goes there. Lizard men. Lizard men that eat people for breakfast.
Hey, that's why you want to stop them from doing that, at least for a time. They're looking to sacrifice someone that we can't have be sacrificed. So we're gonna rescue him.
Oh, well then.
Do you have anything to eat there in camp?
I assume that we've got some
If there's
rations.
Gwydian definitely does.
any bit of something, Remo grabs it with her little, spears it with her stick and pops it into her beak.
How do you eat this stuff?
Mostly
Give me a
with the mouth.
snake, a beetle, soup made of snails. That's more to my liking. But it seems, Heidi, that we have at least some enemies in common. These lizard folk. I don't like them either. Grimuk was here long before them, when this place was a civilization. Well, not under control of the lizard folk by any means. But if you mean to do them harm, then perhaps we can strike a deal.
Heidi smiles to that and nods. Your enemies with lizard folk, it seems as if we're friends, then. What kind of deal are you thinking of, Grimuk?
Oh, not much at all. Just, hang on, let me see. Let me see what old Grimuk has for you. Oh, here we go.
She kind of reaches into her pouch on her left hip, if you could call it a hip. She opens the pouch and out spills snails and beetles and all sorts of disgusting things. Something that looks like a piece of a animal intestine. And she kind of takes one hand, two hand, pulls it out of this quote unquote purse like a handkerchief.
Oh, here it is.
And what she hands to you, Heidi, if you take it, it looks like some sort of larva or pod. It's encased in something leathery, but it's slowly pulsating. And it glows with this green light.
You take this up the river. Take this all the way up the river, near the jungle. Near Mount Isshi. You put it there. That'll claim that forest for me. For old Grimuk. The Yuan-Ti ain't never coming back if you do that. And I'll show you the way to Mount Isshi. Then we would have a deal. You like those terms, Miss Heidi the Pretty?
Heidi again smiles, but looks down to this pulsating larva. Hell, if it gets rid of the Yuan-Ti, then I'm happy to do a deal with you. I'd put it by Mount Isshi for you.
Very good, very good. Then Grimuk will give you the map.
And you feel a tickle in your back pocket, Heidi, like somebody slapped you in the ass. And if you put your hand back there, out of your back pocket, you'll find a piece of paper.
As she grabs back there and turns her head, looks down, pulls out the piece of paper. Not sure how you did that.
Our Grimuk knows many tricks. Like I said, I'm very powerful. One with this delta, one with this river. And it sounds like it might be mine again.
As you look at the map, it shows this river delta, and it shows the river kind of going north. As you look at it, Heidi, as you concentrate on the map, it like zooms all the way in. Like it's a magic map. It shows you exactly where to go. You kind of know in your mind like what obstacles to look for, where there might be beasts, where there might be hazards, that sort of thing.
Hazardous waters in the Rhine River. This'll get you through it. So you can put old Grimuk's friend up in north, up in the river. You keep your end of the bargain. Or next time you sleep, Grimuk might pay you another visit. One you might not wake up from.
She grits her teeth and grimaces, but smiles with pain towards Grimuk. Well, just mark a big X on your map here, or you want me to place it, and I'll make sure to put it exactly there, eh?
Grimuk just kind of looks at you in the eye with these bird's eye. The next time you glance down at the map, there's an X written on there with crimson, like almost as if it was written in blood.
Is that good enough for you, my pretty?
Oh, aye, this is perfect. I just don't want to make any sort of errors, you know.
Very well. Well, Grimuk better get to gathering her dinner. You sleep tight. And maybe it's best you don't tell your friends we had our little chat, eh? Some people don't like Grimuk.
Aye, I'll keep this between us.
Our little secret, my pretty.
She smiles, again, a bit pained towards Grimmick. Aye, our secret. Enjoy your evening there, Grimmick.
The bird-like creature stands with the flickering flames outlining its harsh beak and its surly feathers, and it kind of shuffles its bulk to its right and starts to pass behind the tree.
I'll see you again soon, my pretty.
And it passes behind the tree, and it doesn't pass the other side. And Heidi, if you circled around the tree, nothing's there, gone.
Heidi shivers and again looks down to her one hand, which still holds the pulsating larva. Can I make like a knowledge, either nature or arcana, just to see what the... Try and figure out what this is?
Yeah, Arcana 20.
Ooh. Ooh!
Yep. You realize this is like the larva of one of these creatures. And this creature, it kind of dawns on you that this creature is something out of myths and legends, something called a Nagpa. Very ancient, very powerful. These creatures, according to myth, are so ancient that they have kind of hung around lost civilizations, and they do everything they can to scheme and get that land back for themselves so they can have it for their own once more. You get the sensation that this is some sort of device to make this creature's plans come true again.
Yeah, she looks down at it, and she'll slip it into like a pouch. Very carefully she'll do this. Then she'll look at the map, kind of analyzing it. Heidi's not sure if she made the right decision in agreeing with this, but if it wanted to get its land back and it was against the Yuan-Ti, then she was happy, or at least amicable, to do whatever it wanted her to do.
So the night passes, and unless you say something to the others, you guys all kind of get a decent night's rest. I want you all to make survival checks. The first check is going just to be at a DC 10.
Yeah, I am curious if Heidi would tell the others.
Not yet. Do we have a +2 on this? From
Yep.
Cool. So mine would be 11.
Yep.
Nice.
Thank God, thank you, Carrion.
So nobody's exhausted yet or anything at all. And so
Shouldn't be.
you wake up in the morning, and I'll let you role play as you kind of go ahead and get back on your boat. The sounds of the night fade and are replaced by the sounds of the jungle.
Heidi, she wakes up and yawns. Of course, her back and hair, hat, everything covered in mud. She looks down at herself and frowns slightly, and then quickly casts prestidigitation on herself just to clean herself off.
Yeah, Gwydian looks over to her and smiles. My, you sleep well?
Well enough that you can sleep in a mud hole.
Oh, it's fine. and you might not want to clean yourself off. And you see Gwydian, as you turn to see him, he's over by the mud, and he's kind of coating his skin in it for the next boat trip, essentially.
Again, Heidi's nose wrinkles.
Telling you, just warm it up. It's not that bad.
Do you think this is best? And she'll, again, use precipitation to make warm mud before rubbing it on her skin. Not looking very pleased as she does so.
The mosquitoes were quite upset, and there's no sense in just killing them all.
Hey, no, I'm not gonna kill them all. She looks over to Carrion. How about you? How'd you sleep?
I've slept in quite a few mud holes in my time. This was as comfortable as any of them.
Aren't you
I
bright and
like it.
cheery?
What was that?
Aren't you bright and cheery? As always.
Yeah, I suppose so. Captain, how are you feeling?
Oh, I love you too, Angelian. When we grow up, we'll have several babies. Several
All right.
male, several female babies, and we'll all go to war and have glory!
He really took the worst of it, didn't he?
I see so. Don't worry, Captain. I'll take care of you again.
Oh, Angelian, you always know the right words to say to mend an ailing heart. Come closer here, Angelian. Let me give you a big kiss.
She'll try to
He
steer them
lurches towards Heidi.
She'll try to steer Gwydian in the way and say, "Here."
And yeah, Gwydian, he kind of makes like a mouth with his hand covered in mud, and kind of holds it up in front of the captain.
Yeah, the second night goes by, and you guys have the map. Heidi's used it probably in ways that maybe she hasn't shown anybody yet. So I'm gonna give everybody a +4 for their survival checks this time.
I was gonna say as well,
Since she made the deal, yeah.
I forgot, but I do have Wanderer, so I'd be able to find us fresh food and water too. So he's probably fishing along the way, gathering, small plants and berries and roots and all kinds of stuff.
So plus.
All right,
I'm
+4, and it's DC 12 this time.
I did make it because I got a 13 with that 4.
Nice.
So everybody's good still. So
Sweet.
nobody's exhausted at all. So we're on to day 3. And on day 3, you're kind of in like the larger part of the river, and you're kind of going forward. At one point, you come to a fork in the river, and there's actually it's not a fork. It's more like a trident. Like you can pick 3 ways to go, and Gilthoniel looks over the prow of the ship. Go that way, to the left, definitely to the left. Or was it the middle?
Heidi
No,
will
I
check
think
her
again. I
map.
think it was to the right. If I go into Mount Isshi, it's to the right.
Heidi will check the map.
I don't know if that's correct. Yeah, Wanderer also can always recall the layout of terrain and stuff. But yeah, it's kind of his thing as well. So he'll be, trying to assess the location they are based on where they've been, and based on, are we able to see over the trees and stuff, the mountain or anything like of the sort?
Oh, no, you can't see. You're not that close. You're days away still.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
So Heidi, are you being still real cautious with this map?
A little bit, yeah. Maybe a little sneaky. She being sneaky with it.
Why don't you give me a deception versus the perception of Carrion and Gwydian to see if
That
they
or
see-
stealth.
Either one.
I'm gonna make a stealth check then.
Okay.
All right.
Pretty good.
Uh-huh.
Carrion's not paying that much attention to you.
I don't
She's the
think Gwydian
back.
would Yeah, Gwydian would be probably already starting to turn the boat to what he believes is the correct direction. And I mean,
you haven't been here before. Have you been here before? If you'd been here before, you wouldn't really know the land.
Oh no, yeah, he'd assume that we had been kind of briefed a bit, but he'd be basing it on what info he can. I mean,
So, all right, third round of survival. This time it's at 14.
With the
Do we
plus 4
have
still?
any pluses?
Yeah, it's +4 still.
Oh wait, I roll perception. I'm dumb.
Oh,
It's the same roll though, because I always have a -2, so it's 14 for me.
I failed.
You fail. You used your thing already, didn't you?
I did.
So exhaustion.
I mean-
Exhausts.
Could I have? No, I couldn't have. Could I have given her a bardic inspiration at the beginning?
well,
of
can
the
we
day?
use our inspiration? Because Gwydian is...
Yeah, you can pass along. You can
Oh,
pass
yeah.
around your
Yeah,
inspiration.
Gwydian will use an inspiration to give her another reroll, help her out.
That's so nice of you.
Aw.
Hey, there you go.
Tell me what that looks like, though. As you guys are making camp along the bank, eventually you do see the very tip of this volcano over the jungle, and every once in a while, just kind of shoots flame into the sky. Tell me how Carrion almost injures herself or gets something wrong, and you guys help her out.
What happens to Carrion?
Yeah. Determines kind of how we help.
I suppose maybe Carrion is very just distracted by keeping an eye out for everything or helping to like paddle the ship along, and she's really not paying attention to all the like mosquitoes that are being attracted to her by like her sweat and just her exhaustion anyway.
I imagine the captain isn't making it easier on you either.
No.
Yeah,
So-
Gwydian would definitely kind of help out. He'd notice how much she's getting bit and stuff, and I told you it's best to keep with the mud. This is why. And you see him kind of cast Druidcraft, and he actually takes some of the mud off of himself using mold earth and shaped water in combination again to kind of transfer some over. And he kind of, you see by this point he's kind of gotten used to what herbs are around, so he kind of makes something almost more like a muddy poultice for everyone, which he'll apply.
What is this Druidcraft? It seems to do everything.
Druidcraft, so
Let me
You create a
not a
tiny,
really-
harmless sensory effect. You instantly make a flower blossom or a seed pop open.
yeah, so he'd be mainly using that for
Falling leaves.
the odor.
Mm.
But I have both shape water and mold earth, so he's using that to kind of make the mud and stuff. And then I have an herbalism kit and an alchemy kit, I believe, and a cook's utensils. So he's kind of doing all that stuff. So he's using some of his actual alchemical knowledge and shit too to help create something like a poultice. And then I also have Firbolg magic and then Wanderer, and then I can talk to plants and animals, and I can talk to Fae. I can do a lot of things.
Heidi will just use precipitation to make her smell bad.
Yeah.
She just pokes Carrie in the arm
Yeah.
and says, I think now you smell like how... She pauses for a moment. Oh no, that'd be rude for me to say. I'm sorry.
It's not rude if it's natural.
No, never mind.
What is it, Heidi? Just say it.
Ah! Her cheeks
know,
color
curious.
slightly. No, you know, I think we've been traveling a bit too long. It's a bit too heated. You know, it just wouldn't be polite.
Gwydian has a pretty keen sense of smell. Does he kind of pick up what she's putting down, as it were?
She smells like a rotting carcass.
Yeah, Gwydian takes a sniff and kind of realizes he didn't quite catch on at first, but he kind of looks to Heidi and, oh, I mean, it is oddly fitting, though.
I mean,
What
It's
is
not a
it?
bad thing.
just don't even worry about it.
It's sort of almost like Carrion, ironically enough.
Well, that fits, I guess.
That's kind
She
of the
just
point.
kind of shrugs.
I feel like calling it Carrie might be a bit better.
I don't think it's a bad name. Carrion's very important to nature. I think it's quite fitting. I don't know what else the buzzards and other scavengers would eat.
Apparently, you're fairly edible then, Carrion.
Perhaps I should rename myself Buzzard.
Oh,
I'd prefer you not eat me.
Well, yeah, always offering. If in case you change your mind.
No. You and Heidi can keep that to yourselves. Sarah would kill me if she found out I was doing something with somebody else again.
wait, who? Heidi looks
Oh,
over
that's
to
right.
Carrion.
I had heard something about something, but
must
I
have been
didn't
busy.
realize.
Who's this lass?
Sarah Withers. She's one of the locals. Nice girl, pretty girl. We get along well. We have fun together. Anything else you need to know?
I mean, there's lots I could
Well-
inquire about, but
Indeed.
not with Gwydian
You
here.
mentioned others? Again? You said again.
I didn't realize we were in like a closed thing yet. So
That's right, I'm
we
not.
heard I was talking to some other people and wasn't the happiest. So we
Ooh,
figured it
this-
out. It's fine, but
It is a
I-
bit of an odd custom.
it
more
is.
me.
It is. I agree. But I mean, that's what these smaller town folk do, I guess.
I think they also take the other's name, and I must say, it is Carrion Withers. I think that would be most interesting.
Why would she change her name to Carrion?
Oh, I meant you.
Oh. Wow.
Depends. I don't know. Just
I don't-
curious.
I don't know that I need a second name. I mean,
It seems quite popular in the south. Well, in the human settlements.
I feel like I'm being
Carrion-
judged.
Carrion Withers just sounds so depressing.
I know. I
It
thought it
really
was quite funny. It's endearing.
It's endearing? How's it endearing?
I don't know. I just thought it was quite fanciful.
You're strange, Gwydian.
I guess so. But I mean, I've heard many names. It sounds almost like something I'd expect from lizard folk, perhaps.
You
What,
got it.
Carrion Withers?
I suppose. Or
Maybe I'm secretly a lizard folk. Who can say?
it wouldn't be that hard to hide. Just a bit of magic.
And I've never been with a lizard folk. Don't think I will, though. No offense.
Hmm.
I hear they eat people like you. Not in the fun way.
I believe they eat just about anything, including their own. But I believe it's a cultural thing. I'm not sure.
Well, regardless, I don't want to be consumed.
Well, I mean,
Well, yeah, I know you mean, Gwydian.
Everybody make me a perception 15.
alrighty.
Okay.
No. Gwydian's enjoying the trip too much.
Yes, I see y'all.
And Carrion's trying not to pay attention to it.
Yeah.
Everybody
Once you
except
guys start flirting openly. She's like, all right, I'm out. And she's looking around.
Looking everywhere else.
As you guys are having your degenerate discussion, out of the river just splashes 4 tentacles. They instantly grab the boat. They grab the boat and swing across. And as you guys were in mid-conversation, 2 of them pick up Gwydian and Heidi, pick you up into the air, throw you into the water, splash, kind of crunching you as they do so. 3d6.
Oh my god.
12 to Heidi.
Oh my.
This is not the kind of tentacles I like.
And 12 to Gwydian. You guys splash in the water. Those 2 tentacles are like going through the surface looking for you. And the other 2 start to lash forward towards Carrion. What are you guys doing? And I'm gonna let you guys go first, and then I'm gonna have the tentacles go after that.
Can I see what kind of creature this is under the water? Is it too murky?
Under the water, like perception?
Yeah.
Yeah, 20.
Alrighty. Yeah, I can't
No.
make it out. Yeah, he's not exactly
Yeah,
eager
just
to converse right
all
away.
bubbles, mud, and the surface. At one point, you get the you can kind of see a mouth lined with teeth, kind of gnashing at you. That kind of goes away. The tentacles seem to be kind of searching for something, not finding it yet.
Ugh.
Alrighty.
Carrion, I guess we'll go first since she wasn't yeeted off the boat.
Makes sense.
She'll cast Flame Blade as a bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
And then as one of the tentacles is approaching her, she'll try to sidestep the other one, but is going to slash at the other tentacle.
Flame blade.
Should I
It
make...
takes 3d6 fire hit. 3d6.
Oh no, I rolled a hit first. Should I... Okay.
Yeah, it's 14.
Okay, I miss.
Misses. The tentacles kind of goes right under your feet, or you hop over it, slashing at the tentacle, but unfortunately just get only air. What is Heidi and Gwydian doing? You can reach the ship with swim DC 10 on 1 round, otherwise it's going to take you 2 rounds.
I'm probably gonna shift real quick. Let me just see. So things with swim. Ooh. Yeah, I'll become a giant octopus. I think that's what I'll do. Because, fight fire with fire, as it were. So that's, yeah, that's a CR1. So, Gwydian will shift.
So what does it look like as you become an octopus?
Yeah, you guys, or, well, I guess neither of you would see, necessarily, as a,
You just go under the water. Looks like you're drowning, probably.
yeah, he kind of tosses and turns in the water as his form shifts and shapes out and stretches into these many tentacles in this huge, large octopus form under the water. And you guys see a few tentacles, probably Carrion would at least, break the surface that are of a much more deep blue-purple kind of hue compared to this one, which is more that brown, as, yeah, he will transform and try and get at the thing if he can. I mean,
You turn into an octopus, you kind of go down to the bottom of the river, and this thing does look basically like a giant tentacled octopus. but just like lots of eyes, lots of mouths, lots of mouths, very
This is
scary looking thing.
Not
And
a
Heidi?
normal creature.
Heidi, what are you doing?
Ooh, that's a good thing. Heidi, knowing that at this point she's at an extreme disadvantage being in the water, she's gonna cast Greater Invisibility on herself.
When in doubt,
Be
invisibility.
invisible! And, yeah, I'm gonna whisper you something.
Okay.
Yeah, she's invisible and she'll swim to places.
Man, giant octopus.
Wait, just waiting for the whisper.
There you go.
Yep. Okay, perfect. So, so what happens kind of cinematically is another tentacle kind of goes out of the water and it's streaking towards Heidi, going to just spear her in two, and she winks out of existence, and the thing kind of wavers in the air back and forth, and then all four of them just go underneath the water. Underneath the water, Gwydian, you can see this giant thing kind of leave the ship alone, and it seems to be following something else at this point. What are you guys doing? It's not going to attack this round.
Interesting.
What you see, Carrion, are your friends both gone, and the thing both gone. You probably think it took them both down.
Interesting. Yeah, I've got dark visions.
So I'm gonna let Carrion go first. See what she's gonna do.
Yeah, of course.
So the tentacles have receded. What's the captain doing during all this?
Push them back into the sea, the lizard folk.
Yeah, okay. She's looking out and then looking towards the shore, just looking for really anything, but she'll call out towards Gwydian and Heidi. Gwydian, Heidi, you both alright? You both alive?
You probably see, I mean, he's got control of all the tentacles at once, so as he moves, you probably see a lurching underneath the water as another small tentacle, again, this slightly different colored one, pops up out of the water and seems to almost wave at you before it dips back under.
Okay.
And,
Gwydian accounted for. Heidi! And she's gonna call out, trying to find Heidi.
Gwydian's definitely going after the thing. He'll try and stop it. He doesn't know what it's going for, but he got a hunch because he doesn't know where Heidi went unless the thing already ate her. And if it already ate her, he has to get her out of there.
Yeah, you don't see Heidi at all. You just see the octopus that seems to be chasing nothing at all.
Yeah,
But
he'll
the
go for
octopus
the
is going like it is going a particular direction.
Yeah, he'll try and stop it.
So what is invisible Heidi doing at this point?
She's
You
swimming
don't have to say particulars, but
to that area. How far is it?
like you're there. Yeah.
Yeah, if she's right there, then that's where she'll it's under the water, I'm guessing, right?
Drop it.
She'll bury it.
Yeah.
This is her end of the deal and end of the bargain. There is no mention of protecting it, so... But then again, she's kind of scared if she doesn't, but she's gonna bury it.
So as you do that, Carrion's probably just looking down at this water. It's all murky and muddy now for all this hustle and bustle that's going on in the bottom. Heidi and Gwydian, you can see this giant thing kind of hover over the bottom for a minute. It stays there for just a split second and then darts back upstream.
Oh, it just leaves.
Just leaves. Yeah.
Yeah, and Gwydian didn't see it do anything other than just kind of sit there for a moment?
Nope.
Okay, yeah. Gwydian, for his part, he still can't see where Heidi is. Is she still underwater, or is she?
She probably would have come up at this point, and she's going to have swam to the boat. And once she's upon the boat, then she'll pop out of invisibility.
Yeah, you see tentacles once again kind of start rising as the octopus form of Gwydian pulls itself up onto the boat, and then you see all the tentacles kind of start pulling back inward towards this kind of lump at the middle, which then Gwydian kind of rises from as the glow from it echoes out. My, what was that for?
And she pops out of invisibility and kind of flops onto the boat.
Didn't even give me a chance to talk to it.
I don't know what the hell that was. I'm glad it's gone.
Is she lying?
I mean, she doesn't know what it was.
She certainly might have an inkling. Is she trying to disguise the fact that she has an
She
inkling?
doesn't know what it was.
I think she doesn't know what it was, and she's glad
Okay,
it's gone.
Yeah,
Just
it's
making
true.
sure she's not trying to like, oh, that was probably after that. I better not let them realize.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, if she genuinely isn't sure, then
Yeah, she doesn't know what it was.
yeah. Gwydian's,
Well, that was strange for sure. Maybe
makes
let's
sense.
talk about whatever you were talking about and more talk about, well, not talk, keep an eye open is what I'm saying.
Indeed.
This
I
is
just
not
don't
a
understand. It
safe
didn't even
place.
take anything. Usually, if something like that were to attack, it'd be looking for food. But it seems
Yeah.
quite hardy.
realize that you weren't gonna be easy food. Didn't think you were worth it.
Perhaps. But
I
it
don't
just
know.
sat there for a moment. It was quite strange.
Sat where?
In the water. It just floated there, motionless for a moment, and then left. In quite a hurry.
Heidi shrugs and uses prestidigitation to get the water off of her so she's much drier. On a good note, we can continue on without any worry.
Yeah. I mean, nature is a mysterious thing sometimes. Who's supposed to understand it 100% of the time?
We do have
Probably
some-
yes, but I certainly am confused by it more often than not.
Yes, indeed. I do have some meat hanging around. I could ask some friends if they would want to help us keep an eye out.
I guess if it comes nearer, sure, but otherwise we should just continue on.
Of course, of course. And Gwydian's going to keep out an eye for any larger crocodiles as they go. Or anything of the sort. See if he can recruit them to guard the ship. In exchange for some meat.
Sure. Just like porpoises to a ship as you go up the river another half day, a bunch of crocodiles start to surround your ship. Gwydian
Yeah.
chums the water with meat. They're there, and you can influence them to guard your ship as you get to
Nice.
the kind of the docking point.
Yeah,
the
he'll
captain-
in fact ask them if they know what was up with the weird octopus thing.
What does a crocodile sound like? I
I don't know. Probably pretty guttural.
I think it sounds like Frasier.
It sounds
from-
like Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah.
Misa crocodile!
Misa
protect you!
Like, so
Me, Misa no see octopus in these waters.
There's always
They-
bigger
they,
fish.
they basically don't know. They don't know what you're talking about. They
Yeah.
in fact doubt your credentials as a druid because there's no natural octopuses in this.
exactly. Yeah, that's why
in
he's
this
so
water.
like. So Gwydian actually kind of brings that up to the others. You know, it's the strangest thing. Perhaps I should have cast something on it. I didn't think it would make sense, but There shouldn't have been anything like that here. Unless someone brought it, or conjured it, or became it. I couldn't be sure. But it certainly wasn't from these waters.
That's strange.
Indeed.
Not sure what it could be. I didn't get a good look at it. Otherwise, I might have seen if maybe I read about it anywhere.
Well, I don't know if that would necessarily be the case. I mean, if it were simply another druid, but what would they have been after? And if it were something else? I'm curious.
It's a strange situation, to be sure, but there's no point speculating when we have no information at all.
I suppose, but I certainly love to speculate, to be honest.
Yes, I am aware. We'll just need to keep heading towards the mountain and keeping an eye out for a weird octopus along the way. And if it happens to show up again, we'll be sure to stop it, give it some of your wine, ask it some questions.
I certainly would enjoy that.
Sure, Gwydian would enjoy wine and dine in a strange creature.
I do it quite often.
I know. There's many times where I have to tidy up the bathhouse.
Well,
What?
Don't worry about it. We should just keep going, shouldn't we?
Yeah, let's just
Hey!
Carrion kind of like goes to like get the boat moving again.
Eventually, you do kind of dock the boat. I'm guessing you're probably just gonna have to leave the captain there. He's probably best on the boat than going with you guys at this point, since he's actively hallucinating. Will probably give you away when it comes to any sort of stealthy operation.
Can we tie him down? Or something?
I imagine he probably would be wrapped up pretty tight.
Yeah, we'll put him in a little, like, a sleeping bag or something and make sure to bind his arms and legs, and then hide him. So
Yeah, I'm sure
no one
Gwydian has
finds
tried
him.
to make some kind of concoction to help with his symptoms, but the best he can probably do is try and keep him asleep, I imagine.
Yeah,
How
give him
serious
some
this seems.
milk with a poppy.
Yeah, basically.
Hell yeah.
Something to shut him up a bit.
The blanket of holding. So you put him in the blanket of holding. Sleeping bag of holding. And you set off into the jungle. Half day's journey, and as you get closer and closer, the jungle gets more and more oppressive. The streams become almost acidic. The jungle goes from lots of living things to hardly anything at all. And what creatures you do see are twisted and diseased. Most of the creatures you see seem to slither on their belly, or they're snakes or salamanders or lizards. And they're not the kind that would stop and talk to Gwydian. They are the type that would just as soon eat his liver than speak with him. So the last...
Yeah, Gwydian is definitely very concerned when he sees the slightly almost sickened and mutated looking creatures.
Last survival, so 10, 12. This one's 16 with a +4. You guys have 1 inspiration left for your group.
Oh,
Ooh. That's
Gwydian might need it.
I would give you mine. I need to. Unless
Well,
I fail.
I mean, roll yours first. Yeah.
I'm really bad at...
Yeah.
Oh.
I'ma use my inspiration for myself.
Do we wanna? Because yours is
13.
shit. The odds of you making it are
No,
so
too bad I
minuscule
used it
compared.
anyway. Too bad I'm selfish.
Has -2. Well, I better try again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, technically, she has +2.
Mm-hmm.
Would you not have given us the? Actually, that might make the difference if you give us the bardic inspiration.
I mean, I can give them at any point in the day. Bo can.
Typically,
I'd be fine with that.
Yes.
That D4 would guarantee.
No,
it
it's a
for me.
D8.
Oh, then
Everyone
I mean,
gets one
with that, I
D8.
would pass with a min of 1.
Yeah, and that means I pass too.
Ooh.
Huzzah!
Yeah, if we have the inspiration.
Barely
I'll
make
do
it. Barely
Thank
make it. No
goodness.
exhaustion.
Thank goodness
Guys.
for bards.
You're
you
welcome.
guys have a
levels of
generous
exhaustion.
DM.
What does it look like? No, I think she would have been doing the
Mhm.
bardic inspiration.
And then I can
Yeah,
get them.
especially after all the shit we've been through. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I constantly play music. It's all the time.
Like Dandelion.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Bravely bold Sir Robin, not far from Camelot.
Let me see if I can see what I have here.
She was not afraid to die. Oh, brave Sir
It is really
Carrion.
good to play this again.
She
really
was
enjoying
not
it.
at all afraid to be killed in nasty ways.
Now
you
you
guys-
can sing.
You guys are in rough shape. Give me a little bit of role play as you arrive at the base of the mountain. Almost something looking like Mordor at the base of this thing. And you see like a river flows out of the bottom of it, and there is a way you can get into it. Tell me what it looks like, what you feel, what the sights are.
How do you feel, Heidi? I mean,
Ugh.
your dad's in there, right?
She had not really been thinking about that at the time. She was more taken up by this gigantic volcano that's occasionally spouting out ash and other volcanic material. Her eyes were wide, staring up at it, more nervous about that. Reminded by Carrion about her father being here, she looks to her and says, "Why'd you have to go and remind me?"
I thought it was on your mind.
I mean, it could have been, but I'm trying to
Certainly
focus
is
on
now.
the mission at hand, not quite the fact that I have emotional ties to it.
The mission at hand is saving your father, and you want to ignore the fact that you have an emotional tie to saving your father.
Aye, so I can work better, because if I'm going to be emotional about it, then I might start crying or something if I see him.
Yes, I think she means to concentrate.
Hey.
Don't worry, I'm sure Gwydian has some sort of spell to make sure you don't cry. Gwydian, do you have a spell to make sure she doesn't cry?
Well, I'm sure I could make a mixture with some of the acid to at least stop the tears for a while.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. She rubs her face with her hands. It's okay.
No, that's just acid.
I'll be fine.
That's just stopping the tears altogether.
Oh yeah, do we heal by the
You're
way
joking.
from that 12 HP damage?
No,
No?
not unless you want. You could get some back. You can use your.
I
If you want to
have
take a short. If you want to take a short rest, you could use hit die.
well,
Oh yeah, how long has it been since that? It's just later in the day, right?
Yeah.
I could have done
Um,
Song of Rest. During
Oh, you can use. You can do that.
roll
It's a
one.
spell, right?
Yeah, it's just 1d6.
It's an ability.
Yeah, it's an ability for me.
You have to spend hit die.
Yeah, you do have to spend hit die, and then you gain an extra
Nice, well.
d6. So
Yeah.
I don't
Is
think
today
you will.
the day
today,
of the
yeah.
strike?
Yeah.
Or...
It's
Yeah.
after like the blood moon is rising as you get to the base of this mountain.
Oh yeah,
Like
we
it's
definitely
like
want to
night
heal
it's
first.
falling. This like red moon is cresting over the mountains.
yeah, there's no time for a short rest. But I mean, would we have had a time for a short
Well,
rest
short rest
while
is only
we
like
were?
10 minutes.
No, I mean while we were traveling in the
But
water.
I think it's as long as you're not doing strenuous activity.
That'd be fine.
What does a hit die give you? It's just your.
It's
die.
for
It's on your sheet.
hard,
Oh.
so it would be a D8.
Cool.
Oof.
And
Yeah.
then you get
Two, and then how much more?
you get another 2 back for you, Gwydian, for short rest songs.
I might heal up real quick even.
11. I'm fine.
Cause is it 1 per rest or is it?
No,
Or
you
you
can
have-
spend as many as you want. You
Oh.
have a number up to your level.
Okay, yeah.
Like what? 8?
So I'll use 2 more to. There we go. That's exactly enough.
Hey.
Perfect. So 3 out of 8. So I'm down to 5 of them. There we go. Nice.
And as this moon rises, you duck inside.
Indeed.
As you duck inside, the temperature immediately goes up. There's this smell of sulfur and brimstone as you wind your way through labyrinths and labyrinths, and always following this very low chanting. Ooh. You're actually going higher and higher towards the crest of the volcano, kind of at an incline. Eventually you hear raspy voices of a patrol trying to come nearby you guys.
Yeah, Gwydian is, once we're, like, up in here, I will definitely cast, Pass Without Trace. I believe that's the one.
Yep.
Yeah. So I will do that.
And I will... no, I'm not gonna do that. I need my bardic inspiration. I only have 2 left.
So that'll stop any magic from spotting us as well.
No,
so I'll
magic-
be focusing on that.
Magic
So-
can spot you with it.
So you gonna cloak everybody then?
Yep.
So you guys cast that. Only one person needs to cast it, I guess.
Pass Without Trace, yeah. It's, how many is it? It's, yeah. I should be able to affect all of you. Each
Plus
creature
10.
you choose within 30 feet, yeah.
Damn.
That is good.
Oh,
All right.
yeah.
So as you hear these voices, everybody make a stealth check. And
Yeah, I
it's
need it.
yep. TN's just gonna be 15.
Oh, nice.
33.
Holy shit.
Awesome.
27.
So let me see what walks past you as you kind of put your backs against the wall and like stop breathing. Now somebody roll me a D3
Matt.
Okay.
It's your turn.
2.
and a D6.
Becky.
Alright. 4.
So it is
4
one,
Baylors appear.
let's see. So 1. What you at 4? Yeah, one of these guys. Pretty bad. And 4 of these guys. Or 3 of them. So, walking past you, there's a pit master, like, with a whip. Going, cracking. Come on, boys. Get outside into the jungle. We must stand guard for the ritual. Go! And they're going to walk past you unless you guys do something.
And he's whipping these other Yuan-Ti, yeah?
Yeah, just whipping them.
So we're going outside for the ritual, he said?
Yeah, they're going outside to stand guard outside
Oh,
the
wow.
volcano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's perfect!
Mhm.
Yeah. God, I should have kept illusory terrain. I could have fucked with their heads and hidden the entrance. Make it look like some of this collapsed away into lava. But I didn't.
So they pass by, boom, and they're gone without a trace. And you guys are able to go closer and closer to the chanting. All right. Let me move you guys. And then I'm going to go take a bathroom break.
Cool.
Pick up.
5 minutes. Oh boy.
Alright.
We're so big.
We're in.
You guys are big.
Oh no.
There you go.
My father.
We'll be back in a minute.
Cool.
I
Daddy.
didn't realize your dad was a dwarf.
Apparently he's a dwarf.
I mean,
Yeah,
nothing wrong
well,
with
that's a
that.
He's just a short bearded man.
I don't even know he's short.
I don't know.
Den Ezra does sound like a dwarven name.
It's the bearded man. He's been locked up for
Just
years.
definitely a dwarf.
They don't
He's
shave him.
crippled.
I think it's perfect. You
I
can have a
just-
dwarven dad. That
I just
doesn't
have
make
to-
you-
Alright, I gotta go pee.
Okay.
That's why
she's
you
got
like
s-
ale so much and wine
Yeah.
and all that.
Aki, sing
And money.
an intermission song for the
Soon
audience.
may the willow man come.
Intermission. It is an intermission. There you go.
That was like an intermission jig. I need.
Oh,
a
it's true.
song.
I don't know any intermission songs. I'm not the bard.
Make one up.
Um,
I made one up
Yeah.
in an episode of a series I won't say because it's a secret between me and the audience.
It is.
audience secret. Well, I
It's secret.
think we need our bardic inspiration, Matt.
I
so,
think so.
This is all on you. You'll get plenty of songs once I'm playing the fucking bard for the academy.
I don't know this. Wait, the bard for the academy? Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm not even
I
in
was
that
gonna
game.
remake it, but I decided to stick with a bard.
Nice.
I just don't think I'm going to be an earth elemental dude because it is a bit out of place.
That's valid. That's okay.
All right, we got one. I don't. My voice is not warmed up for this.
You don't need
okay.
to warm up your voice. Just sing.
Sing your heart song.
Yes.
All right, we're gonna. This one's called Forest Roads.
Okay.
God damn it. Almost heaven, music mountain, place of rest here, memories recounting. Life is calm here, the village to be, in the shadow of the mountain. Everyone is free, forest roads, take me home to the place I belong. Place of hamlet, mountain trackers, take me home, forest roads.
That was great.
Yay!
Yay!
We got our song.
You got a song, a whole song. I
Now
also,
no one will die.
hell yeah.
Of course.
I also have my
Dying's never
bad
an
guy. My
my
bad
God,
guy
yes.
parody. I'm saving that one.
That's fair.
Pretty great.
Okay, Aki, now you've got to go through all of the episodes of series I've been in since I got back
Every
find.
single one.
The secret
My-
song episode.
to find my secret intermission song.
Oh my gosh.
And let me tell you, it's a bop.
I bet.
The audience member who's listening to this, who also listened to that episode, knows. All one of you.
Man, it is really fun playing this again. It's so chill.
If Bo's back,
Fucking
we
gift.
can't hear him.
Is he
P1.
back?
There he is.
There you go.
Okay, now I'm gonna go pee.
Okay. Oh, God damn it.
That was a joke.
Oh,
It's the Yuan-Ti.
you want to pee?
Oh my god. That sounds like something you would say.
Joke deserves a point of inspiration. What do you say, Bo?
I think it does. Give me inspiration, Bo.
She did
No, I've
sing
been
during the break.
nice enough already.
That's
Did you catch the
Yeah.
song though?
Will you miss a song?
What's that?
I sang a song.
She did sing an intermission song.
I did.
I did. I missed it.
Ah, darn.
It was good.
It was country roads except in forests.
Amazing.
So you follow this chanting. It is a chill game. It's not as much pressure.
It's
Oh, yeah.
nice.
Oh, it's so relaxing. Oh my god, it is.
So you follow this chanting. Whoa. Eventually, wind your way up. You're following this column of magma, higher and higher. Eventually, you peek your head out, and you see this central lava pit that's been piled high with something that's burning, putting off the smell of like burnt tires, if you ever smell just pungent stuff. And you see that there is a human who looks like he hasn't shaved in years, almost has a dwarf beard, even though he's human. And he struggles at his bonds. Unhand me, lizard. And at the same time, holding a dagger, one of the Yuan-Ti comes up to him and starts to mutter something. And I'll let you guys take it away.
Heidi's eyes widen as she sees the man bound, bearded, about to be probably sacrificed by the Yuan-Ti. Though they were sneaking, she steps forward, shouting across the gaping pit of lava, "Don't you dare harm a hair on his head! Bloody lizards!"
Oh, no. Shit. Fuck.
Gwydian mutters
Yeah.
to himself.
As that happened, the nightmare speaker, the priestess who has the curved blade to Den Ezra's throat, looks skyward. She sees the blood moon kind of cresting over the lip of the volcano.
You have come too late, human.
Going to bed?
She moves.
Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, she just kind of slithers over to this edge.
You will die here with this man. You will both die nameless, bringing only honor to the brood.
If I have something to say about it, not so. And Heidi will cast haste on herself.
Right. Everybody do initiative.
Here we go.
Well, haste will be your first action then.
If you get to go first.
We
Top
had
20.
the advantage
You're probably
on
wrong.
them.
It's my dad! Blame Carrion.
Why would he blame Carrion?
Because he got her stressed. Or she got her stressed.
Blame
Amazing.
Carrion. Blame
Carrion.
Amazing.
I'm your buddy, guy.
It's a shame too, because I swapped out Fairy Fire for Speak with Plants because we were in a jungle up till now, and I forgot to swap it back.
I have it. It's fine.
Very good. See this one. There we go.
I've got an idea, but it's very risky. I don't want him
Let's
to
see.
fall in.
Nightmare Sister goes first.
Pushes him in. Could you imagine?
Invoke Nightmare.
Uh-oh.
Within 60 feet. We're too far.
Ooh.
Go move.
She can move.
Yeah, she can move to 30, or however
Even
far.
30.
Might
Yeah.
move faster, depending on what kind of
Ooh,
EMT.
you can get Gwen.
She got 30.
She can
I
get good.
just-
Yeah, just.
Because you gave away our position.
It's my dad.
I'd be more worried she was about to get him killed.
Alright, here we go. Let's see here.
So what is it? It's, I need to make int saving throw. Alright.
Yeah, it's going to be target makes a DC int saving throw. On a failed save, you take 2d20.
Woohoo!
Nope, you're good.
Good thing I'm proficient. Is there any
Yeah.
effect on a success or
Nope,
just on
think you're
fail?
good.
Okay, thank goodness.
failed save, nothing.
Alrighty. Gwydian's mind is too powerful.
Yeah, she raises her arms. Your mind starts to fill with all these hideous images, and you push it down, and instead it's filled with flowers and fields in bloom.
And wine. And copious amounts of wonderful things.
Heidi's turn.
She'll cast haste and run up 60 feet. Bonk, bonk, bonk.
Oh no. Although they are in kind of the perfect position. It's a shame they all go
Yeah.
before me. Oh no, you're on the bridge.
Yep. Gotta get my dad.
Oh god, Heidi.
She.
Why?
Carrion's turn.
Carrion will move over here, and she's going to cast Wind Wall.
Ooh, Wind Wall, cousin
Ooh.
of Wonder Wall. What's that do?
Uh,
Wall of strong wind.
And do you mind if I just kind of draw it out of...
Yeah, just use the draw.
Cool. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. I guess it doesn't matter too much. Yeah, so I'm just drawing, or I just kind of have it like around Heidi's dad, protecting him a bit.
Oh, nice.
This
Very
one's gonna
nice.
He's got to make strength saving throw.
And what is it? It's oh, it's wind wall. Oh shit, yeah, perfect.
Yep, strength, and his he has to make a strength against 15,
Yep.
but she does not make it to 3d8.
Oof, he takes 9 points of damage.
Oh, the wind! Den Ezra broke wind. So he's buffeted by wind. He can't get to him either, because narratively he like tries to go towards Ezra and tries to stab him, but he's just blocked. How long does that last?
Last
1 minute?
a minute, but it's
So that's 10
concentration.
rounds, right?
Yes. But if I'm hit, I have to make concentration checks.
Okay, let me just do this real quick. Round 1 plus 1 add. Whoops, sorry. Round. Oh, wait a minute, round.
Which one's best?
Carrion's done. Okay. Brewguard. Brewguards are going to rush and attack. And they have Reckless. Get advantage on all attacks the first round, but they get disadvantage on their defense.
Yeah, so if any creatures try to hit
Yep. So there he goes. So he rushes towards Ezra. There you go. 3 attacks.
Really best.
1 with bite and 2 with claws. That's harsh. Miss, I'm guessing.
Yes, it misses.
What are you?
15.
It's 15.
Mhm.
All right. 1 with bite, 2 with claws. Here we go. Miss
Miss?
again. And hit.
The 18. I'm gonna actually. I'm gonna use cutting words. Expend a bardic inspiration. As you hit like a hatchling, and so it's 1d8 minus his attack. So there's a chance this won't hit. Nope, still hits.
Oh,
Damn it.
not too bad.
Oh, it's only 5. That's fine.
Second one does the same thing. Rushes over the bridge and swings at, or claws at Heidi.
Nope.
Miss.
Yep.
Hit. 4.
Ooh, not bad. Yep.
Hit. 6. What does it look like as you're on the spridge getting clawed to death?
Yeah, she's getting clawed. As she's kind of recoiling a little bit. She's her cutlass out. Even though there's 2 on her right now, it doesn't stop her movement. She seems more determined. That's it.
Right, this one. The mouse in here, getting blasted by the wall. He thinks better of it. Oh, and he's going to move. "30 feet towards the bridge. Gwydian, your turn.
I don't suppose you have a token for a giant eagle. 'Cause that's what I'm
Always.
gonna do. So Gwydian will transform into this huge giant eagle, and then proceed to move. Which from here would
Is it a
be-
giant eagle?
Yeah, giant
It's an
eagle.
eagle.
Giant eagle.
Alright, there's a giant eagle.
Sweet. So that would be where he is. If you can, perfect. I just need control, I think. And then I can move it. But
I will give you control.
thank you.
And all my summons and NPCs roll for the HPs. Your HPs are 32.
Nice. Ooh, that's good.
Which actually is pretty good.
Yeah.
And you have... Let me give you access to it.
Thank you.
Alright, you should have access to it now.
Yep. So that would be where he is, pretty much.
Yep.
And then I can move. It's got 80 move speed, so it starts flying. Starts flying this way. Big, huge cavern. You see him erupt into this massive bird form, and he just swoops well over the lava and stuff in this massive cavern, heading straight across.
Nice.
That's him. Not that it matters, but at that point, concentration is broke on the pass without trace, obviously.
The other Yuan-Ti goes. And something strange happens. He, let's see here. Where are my dudes? Here we go. What was the guy from the letter's name? Let me forget. I forget what it was.
Oh shoot.
Osphere.
Osphere? Yes, Osphere.
Osphere the spy with his power of illusions. This guy disappears, and instead you see this elf appear and
Nice.
takes a bow from its back, and he says, "Kind of you to show up. I thought I was going to have to do this whole thing myself, and it wasn't looking good."
It's good to see you.
And this thing aims at the back of this Yuan-Ti and just fires twice.
Nice. Very good.
It's going to use Archer's Eye as well.
Oh, sick.
It's going to use it twice.
Archers are scary. No matter what level or CR, they are.
Ah,
Ooh.
that's shitty. And it'll go again. Oh, missed both.
Although that can be a D10 to either the attack or damage.
Next attack
Yeah.
or damage. Actually, let's roll. Let's roll. Oh yeah, I get to do
D10.
both, right? 1d10. This is the first
Ooh.
one. 12 still misses.
Ooh. Next one.
Shame.
1. Oh,
That's a
God, he's
Oh,
sucks.
man.
is the
Not his
worst
day.
archer ever.
Where's luck?
All right.
Your elf, I see failure.
They see fear.
Um,
It's all only darkness.
So I'm gonna do initiative.
Ooh, that makes sense.
So he gets to go again.
Oh shit.
At the top. He's already used 2 of his archer's eyes, so he can use 1 more on this one, which he would miss, but let's just do it. There. Hits that one for 6. And then again. Jeez, he sucks. You know, they never rolled this bad when it's against you guys.
God.
I
Of
know,
course
they were
not.
great against
Yeah.
us.
Every time we fight the fuckers, they're just blasting us.
All right, one of them hits him. Now it's the Nightmare Speaker's turn. Oh, geez, what does she want to do? These dudes are in her way, but she can move through them. Let's just do... she's going to move back. To there. And she's going to try to hold Heidi in place.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
Ooh,
That's a
I'm
rough
not
one.
good at wisdom.
There
What's
you
the
go.
DC? 13?
I was worried.
So it's a second
Oh
level.
my god.
So you're half
Oh
for...
no!
That's not good.
minute.
Paralyzed hurts.
Yeah, she's stuck.
Ooh, those boys
No.
gonna hit you hard.
Step bro.
Your turn. You can still talk.
Yeah. Oh shit. She gets held in place and she looks up to the eagle and says, "Grab my father." And that's all she can fucking do, unfortunately. But she'll try to
Yeah.
make another save. This is really
You can see
bad.
that's definitely where he's headed.
Yeah, you can try to break out of it, right?
Yeah, but that's at the end of my turn. She can't do anything for her turn.
Yeah.
At the end of each of its turns.
Oh, at
Oh,
the end of each of its turns. So never mind.
the target. So still didn't make it though.
Yeah.
No, it's your turn. It's
Yeah.
the target's turn.
Yeah, I'm the target.
But you would have been able to act.
So it's a 13, right? Oh shit, I didn't give myself more inspiration. As a bonus action, I'll give myself inspiration.
Can you do bonus actions while you're paralyzed?
Good question.
I don't know if you can.
I don't think
Uh,
so.
I don't think you can.
No, because you can't attack, so you wouldn't be able
It's
to do
not
this.
an action,
Fuck, I'm
yeah.
stuck. Yeah. Step bro, help me.
Carrion.
Okay. Carrion will move up here. And as a bonus action, we'll cast Misty Step. Which will allow me to teleport here. And then I'm just gonna, try to stab this creature.
If you hit him, she has to do a concentration.
Yep. I'll just do it with my trusty knife.
16. Let me look at hers. Crap, this compendium's always wrong because it says 30. There's no way it's 30. Uh, 14.
Hey!
Yep, so it hits her. Roll damage.
3 points of damage.
Yeah, but who cares? Because you just want her to have to make that save, right?
Yep.
It's a
Oh,
whiz.
thank God.
It's
Concentration's whiz, I think, right?
Constitution.
13.
Yeah, it passes.
Fuck. Good idea, though.
This will be... That was round 2. That was round 2 of the wall.
Yep.
Okay, and brew cards are going to both go. They don't get advantage this time.
Good. I'm stuck, though.
They get all those attacks though.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing.
That hurt
So
me.
bite one. Missed.
Yeah.
Claws.
Sorry,
Miss.
I thought I was muted. Don't they have advantage because she's paralyzed?
They?
I'm pretty sure anything
yeah.
paralyzed would. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
I'm sorry, but it.
And any attack that hits the creature is a critical hit. If the
Oh,
I got crit 3
within
times.
5
Is
feet.
this true?
Yes.
paralyzed is serious business. Yeah, I remember it being really scary.
If they're right next to Heidi,
They
then
are.
it's also a crit if they hit.
So hit. 3 crits.
Hit.
That's
And all of them
okay.
double damage.
Alright.
I
There
was
you are.
planning on
Right.
running. Never mind. Okay, so
So
7.
Is this 14?
14.
Oh, that one
altogether?
did the crit. That did the crit already. That one did the crit already.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
minus 7.
7.
Mhm.
Claws is going to be 16. Ooh. And the next claws is going to be 8.
So minus 16. I'm at 10.
Ooh.
Yeah, she does not look good. She's not planning on getting held. She had a
There's the
different
next one.
plan.
Old person's such a
The
good
next
spell,
one
it's
is
crazy.
going to crit me constantly.
I really should have had
There you
it
go.
prepped
Bite.
for that.
Hit.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 10.
I'm down. It can start
And-
wailing if it wants.
Claws twice. Yep.
Oh no.
If it
That's
hits.
2 auto fails.
Oh no.
Doesn't a crit automatically?
It crits
Two.
automatically anyway.
So it's
Yeah.
not.
10.
I'm pretty sure I go into. I think I'm dead.
Yeah,
That's
that would be death.
2 failed death saving throws.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you still have one more if this next attack misses.
Well, he did
But-
1, 2. Oh yeah. No, it
15.
15 is
'Cause the 10
exactly.
brings you down, and then yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't
so-
have my dex.
So yeah, you're dead.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Oh my god, Heidi.
Oh,
This is why I was like,
So-
oh my god, she just yelled and charged in.
it's her dad. I mean, for her,
Oh
it's
my
valid. Yeah. So she gets held in place, and has these Yuan-Ti just swoop in, taking the advantage, and she can't do anything. She can't defend herself. She can only stare in horror as they start clawing her apart. Blood dripping down to the lava below. She falls.
As she falls, they just kind of turn behind them towards Carrion and even look upwards at the eagle.
Well, shit.
Sorry.
There's nothing to be done about that.
Understandable. I didn't expect hold person. I really didn't.
Oh, we're a little late now, yeah. Hold
The
person's
Yuan-Ti
like such a good spell.
moves to Carrion, flanks her and attacks.
I guess he's carrying on.
Carrying on. "24 hits.
Yeah.
4. And 20 hits.
Yeah.
9.
Well, is there a reason why it's at advantage?
Flanking.
Oh, so we use flanking rules. Okay.
I need sadder music now.
Oh man, yeah, this is rough.
Okay.
Maybe. It's D&D, so nobody's ever really dead.
Exactly.
There are ways. Gwydian, your turn.
Alright, I will, shit. God, she just complicated too. She's like, I mean, they kept going. He saw them keep going after she went down. I mean, it's pretty clear her situation. And it's a shame. He specialized in healing, but he just didn't have
No!
time.
Leave me be! I
Um,
don't want to save her! Do what you can!
yeah, there's no way to save her. So the huge giant eagle swoops over. Well, shit. Because here's the thing, right? They just need to sacrifice somebody. Oh god. We have to stop him though. So yeah, the giant eagle swoops over, and that was 30, I believe. So it picks him up and why is it doing that? And swoops back another 30 the other way.
Yeah, your action would be to kind of like slash at the ropes and
or just pick him up wholly. Yeah. And start swooping out of there with him.
You feel the flames under your wings as you take Den Ezra, and he sees Heidi's bloody body as you hold him. No! Don't take me away with her here!
Oof.
Osphir's turn. Osphir turns and shoots at the nightmare speaker twice. Now it hits. Both those hit. So 17. Thump, thump. Arrows go into her. The nightmare speaker kind of looks to Carrion and says, "You shouldn't have come here. Leave the jungle to the jungle. The Yuan-Ti will ever rule here." And does chill touch.
That's gonna be a hit.
Rolling damage on it, is it? Oh, there it goes. 4. Weak.
And I think my movement is halved or something. Does something else too.
I have to look at me. Let's see.
I have disadvantage on attack rolls against it. No.
Where is it?
I can't regain hit points until the start of its next turn.
Can't regain hit points till start of next turn. Blah 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 blah.
That other part is if I'm undead.
Yep. Undead. Yep. Okay, we're good. All right, she's done. Heidi bleeds out.
Look at a little
Probably-
sizzle down below the bridge.
The last image she has before it all fades to black is giant eagle swooping over her head with her dad in claw. Has a small smile on her face as she knows that he's been rescued. Closes her eyes for one final time.
Rough. Surprised she didn't mutter, "Fly, you fool."
Ah, you fools.
Carrion's turn.
Okay. Carrion's gonna step there. And she is going to cast Thunder Wave at 3rd level.
Oh,
Nice.
And so they need to make Constitution saving throws. And if they fail, they're pushed 10 feet this way.
here we go. What's the DC for the rolls?
The
There we
DC is
go.
15.
15.
Alright, so the type 5 fails, is pushed back 10 feet, and takes
Okay.
20 points of thunder damage.
Ooh.
Yuan-Ti Nightmare Speaker passes, isn't pushed back, but takes 10 points of thunder damage.
And that hold on, I guess it would go away if she died anyway, so she's no longer being held there. Anything else?
She's still up, right?
Oh yeah, she's still up.
I am going to try. Okay, so I'm gonna move over here so she can take an attack of opportunity against me if she would like.
She will. Where is it? I think she has a scimitar, right?
That 18 will hit.
9.
That's more damage than I was expecting. Okay. We're okay. For now. And that's it.
That was the third for that wall. That wall really doesn't matter too much now. Brood card. They mindlessly will go after you. And they'll use the dash action. Get to you, but they cannot do anything else. This guy, he had his scimitar out, and he will go make a beeline to you as well, 30 feet. I guess he used dash as well. And Gwydian, you're up.
Alright, so... Shit. I think for Gwydian's part, he's gonna fly up to here, drop the dad, and then fly up to here. So he'll drop the dad over by the bridge by Heidi, where he's...
His dead
Okay.
daughter.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
that he can...
Immediately,
have
yeah,
his
it goes over here. It scoops her up. Yeah.
And, would I still be able to attack?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, and I think it's... Is it built into this guy? I don't know.
It should be. Yep. So you
Okay.
have multi-attack, 1 attack with beak and 2 with talons.
Okay. I don't think I... Can I see it? Where is it?
You can open the character sheet.
I'm just trying to
So
find where it is.
so if you shift, double click on the token, it'll open it up.
Oh!
You know that trick?
It doesn't... Oh! No, it doesn't seem to be working.
Hang on a second. I might not have it in your journal or whatever. Let me just put.
That's probably what it is.
You can also roll a d20 plus 5.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it is shift double. What the fuck?
You didn't know that either?
I had no idea.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, I need
That's
that.
useful.
Nerds.
Ugh.
Relying too
Nerd.
much on fancy macros.
Ah, there we go. Cool. Okay, so here we go with that the talons. Would I be able to try a grapple, in fact?
Yeah, I would think so.
Alright, so I'll try and grapple her.
You're trying to pick her up or something.
Well, in fact, I have multi-attack, so actually I'll go in with the beak first. For 16, does that hit?
16 hits.
Nice. Is there... Oh, I just click it, don't I, for the damage? For 8?
Yep.
And then I'll do the talons trying to grapple. I don't know if that'd still deal damage.
Well, if you're trying to pick her, you get 2 attacks with the talons. So the first one that hit, and then you want to grapple with this next one. Ooh, 12.
Nice. Yeah, because the multi-attack is 1 with the beak and then 1 with the talons, so... Yeah.
I thought it was 2 with the talons.
For giant eagle, that's what it says.
Hang on a second.
Double check. Yeah, that's what it says in the.
Oh, yeah,
thing.
1 and 1.
So I don't know if it deal the other 12.
No,
but
I don't think it
wanna
would.
try and
If
pick
you
her
want,
up.
you want to try to hold her.
Yeah, he'd be trying to pick her up.
That's just opposed strength, right?
I believe so, actually. It's been a while.
The defender can use athletics or acrobatics to try to dodge.
Okay, so it'd just be strength then, which would be ooh.
It doesn't have, so. Got her.
Nice.
So what does that look like?
Yeah, the eagle swoops in, ripping part of her arm up with the beak as the talons then kind of grapple her by the torso as she tries to struggle against it, but they're just too tight as they start to kind of dig in a bit. And the eagle, well, it's about to make for going higher. That was only 50 feet, actually, wasn't it? And I can still move another 30, so... and since I don't have to worry about going out of her attack zone, I'll go right here. And I think you know what I plan on doing next. I don't know if you can just release the grapple whenever you please, but if I can, I would like to.
I think you probably can. It's just like you let go, right?
Presumably, yeah. I don't think there's any kind of action to release a grapple.
Bonus action,
No,
drop.
Is dropping a... Isn't dropping something just free?
It's
I'm
just
pretty sure.
reaction. Yeah.
It's just incidental, right? So tell me what it looks like as you drop her into the llama.
Yeah, the eagle. There's a tear that drops as it looks down at this creature, furious with the death of a close friend, as it digs these talons in, and as she screeches, kind of releases her own grip a bit as she fights against it, and plummets down, popping and bursting of lava as it explodes from the
First time.
water coming into contact with it of her form. And that's Gwydian. Oof.
Osphere going to say, I've done my duty to the king. Now you, druid, run, get out of here. Osphere starts to backpedal a little bit and going to put 2 arrows into the actually probably get flanking on him, right? Is there a bonus for being point blank with these things or not?
I don't think so. Not for arrows.
Do you want the actual rules?
Yeah.
If you're
Does
firing,
flanking not work for range? I can't remember.
if you're firing within 5 feet of a creature with a ranged attack, unless you have a certain feat,
Oh, he's
you're
got
at
point blank,
disadvantage.
so it would even out. It doesn't make much sense. So okay, he'll just have to move to here then and fire twice. Longbow, boom, hits. Okay, another one like that, it'll be down. Heidi. Carrion's turn.
Carrion is going to turn into what's the CR on a bear? Nope, can't do that. Sorry.
Bear?
Well, I'm trying to
A
like
bird. Be a bird. Fly away.
Oh,
I
are you
can't.
level?
I can't
Yeah,
turn
she's
into a bird. I'm not high enough level.
Oh shit.
Oof. Yeah, birds are level 8. What CR do you have access to?
Half.
CR1
3.
half. Let me see.
You're
There
6, right?
would be. Let me just put in CR1 half. Filter. A black bear is CR1 half.
I turn into a black bear.
A black bear. Where's your black bear? Why didn't it appear? There it is.
Oh, it appeared twice on mine. Weird.
I don't know, it's not showing up for me for some reason.
I see 2.
I'll just lag. That's why.
It's gotta be, yeah, because I saw a third pop up then.
There you go.
Oof.
And let me give you access. Now you have access to it.
Cool.
And you are a black bear.
I'm a black.
Nice.
That's all I can do.
And Oblivion is on.
Hell yeah. That's the killing music right there.
Broodguard. Let's hope it misses. Get a bunch of attacks is their problem. A bite, miss. Claws. Hit.
Hit.
5. Another hit. 6, so 11.
14. Okay, so I'm at 8 on my bear form.
And the other one, same thing. Hacking away at your fur. 20.
Oof. I am no
piercing.
longer a bear.
And the 2 claws, 23.
Yep.
That's 3. 23. Jeez!
Yep.
No.
4.
I'm at exactly 0.
Oh shit. Oh no!
Fuck.
He can do you in, right?
Although there is Osphere right behind him.
Mm-hmm.
And Osphere did just hit him really hard.
Yeah, no, if she goes down and he just got shot, he would turn. He would turn. They're not dumb. So yeah, he would move.
Makes sense with
towards-
Heidi, because I mean they basically just
towards
blew the ground real
Osphere.
quick. Wouldn't have been able to do anything else anyway.
Yeah. Scimitar. 10 miss. 13 miss. God, where were those rolls with the other dudes?
Fucking hell.
Right?
Oh my gosh.
You guys are getting banged on tonight.
I think
Week
Gwydian.
party.
Oh god.
Your
All
turn,
right.
Gwydian.
Well, shit.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay.
Come on, time to be a hero. You guys still have one more point of inspiration, right?
Still alive, yeah. So, Gwydian's gonna fly in. Which one looks the most hurt?
Of all everybody here,
All 3 of them, yeah.
the Malison.
Okay, yeah. So he'll go for that one real quick. With the first attack of the beak. I assume 11.
Beak
does not hit.
attack.
Oh wait,
Does
he's
not hit.
flanked.
Oh, he is. So it does hit.
Fuck yeah. Beak.
7. Got
Talon.
5 left. That hits.
Yes.
That kills him.
Alright, so that's this round. Yeah, it swoops past, tearing into its neck with the beak, and then tossing it to the ground with the talons dead.
You do anything else? You still move.
Yeah,
have a ton of
I'll
movement
in
points.
fact get right up here, hovering over her body to keep her from doing anything.
Speeding your wings.
Basically.
Osphere, shoot you down. No. Osphere is going to put 2 arrows into the closest one. $18, boom, hits. And 12 misses, I think. Oh no, 12 hits. They don't have as high.
Nice.
They're only 12. So 12 piercing. Ooh, 22? Alright, still up. Looking pretty bad. Heidi, sorry, you can't RP much. I apologize.
What about her dad? What's he
Yeah, you
doing?
can roleplay the dad.
Oh, I was gonna say, what's her dad doing? Probably. Is he still
Crying a
bound?
lot.
It's probably scooped up your bloody form and, like, I don't know, crying.
Stumbling away? I don't know.
Sobbing with her in his arms.
Maybe probably.
He might be
Please
moving
don't
you.
yeah.
head towards the
Probably
entrance.
moving you towards
Oh
here.
no,
Right?
he doesn't know about the guards.
They're far away though.
Yeah.
I hope so. Oh my god, could you fucking imagine?
Oh,
The guards enter the room.
no.
Carrion's turn.
First death save.
No, I'm at exactly 0, so I don't have to make death saves.
Oh,
I'm
sick.
just considered stabilized.
Oh, perfect.
But I can't do anything, so
Yeah,
I'm
don't worry.
just unconscious.
Brood guard can't do anything. You're up high though, right? You're high enough they can't get you.
No, they would, because he's trying to cover her body.
Trying to cover her body. Okay.
Yeah, so there's
makes
no way
sense.
he wouldn't be low enough.
All right, they can get you then.
As much as I would like to be up high. Oh yes.
Miss.
Fuck yeah.
20
That
hits,
one
I'm
will
sure.
hit.
7.
Oh, 7, no problem.
Here's his
These
buddy.
4.
Right? That hits probably, right?
I believe so.
10. Ooh. Miss. Miss.
So it's 17 taken. Okay, that's no problem. I got plenty. I have like 32.
Your turn.
Alrighty. Yeah, I will. I think it's safer to stay in Meagle form for now. So let's go in on these guys. I'll go for the weakened one with the beak first. Hell yes. For 8, is he still up?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Talons. Ooh,
He will not be up after this.
another 8.
He goes down.
Perfect. Yeah, and he shifts over a bit to better block this one and give Osphere a bit more opening.
You got one more talons.
Oh no, it's because it's the one beak, one talon.
Oh yeah. Those brew guards have 3 attacks. That's insane.
Health.
And that's it. So Osphere. Yep, he will put 2 shots in. 13 hits. 10 does not. Just 11 then.
Damage is damage.
Was he hurt by somebody?
Who?
This other brood guard.
I don't, think
think
so.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I know the eagle token was at low health too for some reason.
Yeah.
I had to readjust
45,
it.
40. Okay, that makes sense. So I'm just going to reset it. 23. All right. Heidi, Carrion's up again. No rolls required.
I just gotta tank a bit longer.
Brood guard. Going to try to get you. Bite. Claws. Claws.
Ow.
All of them miss.
Oh.
All of them miss.
Oh my gosh. Does a 1 provoke an attack?
No.
Okay. Just making sure.
Your turn.
Yeah, I mean, no
Yep.
point in going crazy with anything special. Beak, talons, the beak will hit.
Beat
For
hits.
8.
All right. I think Osphir might be able to finish him.
Nice.
Monosphere. Yes.
12.
Ooh.
Oh, 24, and he had 15 left.
Nice. Yeah, so if that one drops, yeah, as that last one falls,
So that's
Very-
the last of them, right?
I believe so, yeah. So Gwydian's form suddenly shifts back. I can just clear that one. If you want to clear the eagle, I'll move his actual self over.
There you go.
As heal Carrion. And I think Cure Wounds is the close one, range one. Yeah, touch. There we go.
Yeah.
So, it doesn't roll it. How much is it?
It's a D8 plus your wisdom modifier.
Which is 4, I believe. 5 actually. So yeah. 12.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And then
Yeah.
he'll cast
Ooh.
it again. For the same thing. For another 12.
Oh wow, thank you.
Yeah.
Heidi, you lost out big.
Yeah, he saw Heidi go down, and it's oh man. So you notice there's like tears in his eyes as he just. Are you still hurt looking at all?
Yeah. She's like
Another cure
made
wounds.
a fool. Oh.
You
okay.
you see him crying as he just continues to cast cure wounds on you.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. Carrion like looks around.
Are you sure? Here.
Definitely thought I was dead there. Is Heidi okay?
You see him.
Get
He's
her
kind of
already?
on his knees as he's been healing you, and the tears just keep streaming down his face.
Crap.
I couldn't in time. They just killed her.
I mean,
Sorry, I would have.
No. You have like magic for everything. You're strong. Don't you? I mean, I know like some clerics can raise the dead. You should be able to do something like that, right?
I'm no archmage, Carrion.
Doesn't require a freaking archmage. It just requires just some You're stronger than me. You know this stuff. Just raise her.
I'm not that strong. But I know others who can. The Wilderwood. I'll try and get her body to the Archmage, but we have to hurry. Archdruid.
Okay, well then, no time to waste. Let's go.
But yes. And he stands and kind of tries to wipe the tears, but they just keep coming as he starts moving over, ignoring Osphir, and heads over to Den Ezra.
Don't ignore him too much. He knows the secret way out of here.
Yeah. Gwydian's just a bit more concerned at the moment.
Yeah. Carrion will probably like look to him as she's sitting up and Gwen runs off to Dan Ezra. And what the fuck were you doing?
This is not the time to point fingers. I was a spy on the inside. Just a single elf. I did what I could.
It wasn't enough.
No. It's never enough. Not when it comes to dealing with these beasts. They slither on their bellies. But this day, well, I believe we did do something great Let's see if we can save your friend.
And Gwydian steps up alongside Den Ezra, placing a hand on his shoulder. I'm so sorry. I wouldn't have been able to stop them in time, or I would have.
For 20 years. 20 years I've been here in these dungeons, dreaming of Heidi's face. Now to see her grown. Not like this. Not like this.
Gwydian's grip on his shoulder, it kind of instinctually tightens. He's not very strong, necessarily, in the more traditional sense. He can lift quite a lot, given his size. So there's some power behind it, but he's still a fairly frail individual. We will. I will take her to the Wilderwood. If I can convince one of the archmages, or archdruids, then perhaps we can get her back, but we have to hurry. And he leans down. Let me carry her. And,
He's weakened with his incarceration and malnutrition. He reluctantly lets you carry his daughter. Do not tarry. We must make a way out of these hellish places.
Yes. And for good measure, Gwydian will conjure up an Azer to guard them on the way.
Osphir kind of dashes down the hallway. Follow me. I know a secret way out of here. We'll be safe.
Gwydian just kind of nods and follows.
See that? All right. Role play us out as you follow a stream back down to the river and then somehow make your way back to the keep.
Yeah. Gwydian is pretty sallow-faced, pretty sorrowful the whole way as he carries Heidi. It's pretty simple on his part. He just intends to get back and, as quickly as possible, take her to the Wilderwood. The only druid's powerful enough he knows to be able to cast such a spell as reincarnation.
As they get away from the mountain and start descending into the forest, Carrion's gonna look around. This is taking too slow. Then her arms begin to elongate and form hooves at the end as her body grows larger, and she wild shapes into a horse and just kind of like gestures toward Gwydian.
He nods. Do you think you will be safe if I go ahead? I'd be faster if I fly.
Horse Carrion nods.
You see him change his shape, very gingerly, pick up Heidi within the massive talons, and take to the sky. As he doesn't have long, so he flaps those wings as hard and fast as he can. 10 days to reach the Wilderwood from here. Trip he was definitely going to make in time, one way or another.
Carrion's gonna take Osvir and Den Ezra on her back and start moving towards the keep as quickly as she can.
And behind you, as the eagle flies off to the distance and you hear the thundering of hooves, the once erupting volcano seems to go dim and then is snuffed out. As Gwydian flies over the plains of Dim Sul, he can see armies and hosts of elves kind of issue forth from the wall of Terran as he flies over this gigantic battle raging below. And it seems that both on Southlandia and the continent, things are afoot again. And we'll stop there. Right.
Fucking